Cook on Sunday, eat till Thursday. I'm Allie and you're watching Economy Bites. To grocery store number 2 in the new hood because we decided the newer just didn't have enough for us. Let's go. Store number 2. Let's give it a shot. So today we're going to be making Greek style casserole. This recipe I got from my grandma's friend Kitsy, big fan of e-bites. So thank you Kitsy for this fantastic recipe. I made a couple of changes to it just to make it more e-bites friendly, and I've made it now 2 or 3 times. I'm pretty excited about it. So we spent about $27. Let's go start cooking. Let's take for Ben. Take a picture of it for Ben so we can convince him to let's get a dog. Oh my God. Nothing, I'm just talking about stealing dogs. So first thing we're gonna do is saute up some spinach. So I've got some garlic here. I bought a bunch, but you don't need to buy this much because you only really need like 4 or 5 cloves. Okay, so we're chopping up some garlic. Next, what we're gonna do is put on a pot of water. We are using orzo today, which is something we've never used on the show before. With some salt, and we're also going to turn the oven on to 350 degrees and let it warm up. It's this little grain, it almost looks like rice, but it is a pasta. And it's really tasty. It's like very standard for in Greek cooking. And you know, cheap little pasta, can't go wrong. We're going to heat up a pan, saute the garlic for a minute, and then cook up some spinach. If you'll remember, we made pesto pasta with sausage and spinach. And the way we prepared the spinach was we sauteed it with garlic, a little bit of chicken broth, and a squeeze of a lemon. And we're gonna do the exact same thing today. And I always think it's cool when you can take one technique, it can, So we're getting some olive oil nice and hot in this pan. Daniel's friend Carly reminded Daniel, and Daniel reminded me that I always buy the organic tomatoes, which is true. I'm a friend to the organic canned tomato. Ooh, it smells, immediately starts to smell. But we don't wanna let it burn, so keep an eye on it. We're gonna open up our bag of spinach. Why isn't this on? So now we're gonna toss in about 8 ounces of the spinach. And yes, it's big, but remember that it wilts while it cooks. And just about 1/4 cup of chicken broth. Wilting. And we've got a lemon here. Give some nice lemony zest. A couple of minutes just until the spinach is really cooked down. Maybe tonight I picture us falling in love again. That's where I get all my musical inspiration. Grocery through the best soundtrack. So this is nice and leafy and dark. Put it through a colander. That just took about 3 to 4 minutes. You can really use any kind of ground meat that you like. I'm using chicken just because it's a little bit lean. I've made it with lamb because I thought lamb was pretty traditional for Greek food, and it was awesome. You can make it with turkey, you can make it with beef, you can make it with anything, any ground meat. I mean, it's gonna be delicious no matter what. But whatever's on sale really, and whatever you like. A little bit of oil, because the chicken's pretty lean. Turn the heat down a little so it doesn't burn. And this is just a pound of ground chicken. 14-ounce can, diced tomatoes. Our oven is preheated. I bet I was doing tons of cooking at the old place in a oven that wasn't properly preheated. The shame. 2 pots going. It's really tasty on its own. Okay, so I'm hitting this with a little bit of salt. Now our water's boiling. So we're gonna take 1.5 cups of orzo. We're gonna pour it in here, and we're gonna cook it until it's al dente. The chicken is just about al dente. We're going to toss in our tomatoes and about a tablespoon oregano. We're just gonna turn the heat down to low. Now, if you like things a little more tomatoey, you could add a 28-ounce can of tomatoes. I'm going light on the tomatoes today. What we're doing now is just waiting for our orzo to cook. And once the orzo is cooked, we're gonna toss it in with the chicken and the tomatoes, toss back in our spinach, toss in some feta cheese, and then we're gonna bake. So the orzo is nice and al dente. Put it in the strainer. We're not rinsing it because it's gonna continue to cook when we bake anyway. We're also gonna mix in the spinach. And you could make this vegan if you just, used tofu. Why don't we move it to a baking dish to be a little easier to combine. And we're also gonna toss in about a cup of feta cheese. Now the feta cheese is nice and salty, so that's why I'm not gonna salt the chicken. It's a nice, healthy cheese. Doesn't have too many calories, tasty. They say soft cheeses have fewer calories. My mom told me that. She knows everything. She does. Jewish mothers, they know it all. All we're gonna do is give it a little top with a crumbly of parm. Pretty much all you need is just enough to make a top coating. Maybe about half a cup to 3/4 a cup. So now we're gonna put it in our 350-degree oven for about 20 minutes and then we'll take a look. So it's been about 20 minutes. I can smell the cheese browned and bubbly, so I'm gonna pull it out. Let's do it. Oh, look at that. Should we give it a second to cool or should we just dig in? Okay, so let's get a serving of this. Let's put it in my mouth hole. Here you got your veggies, your dairy, your beet, your protein, and your carbohydrate all in one foul swoop. And it's tasty too. In you go. A little spinach. Oh, it's gonna be hot. I can tell it's gonna burn the shit out of me. Even taste that crumbly feta. It's a perfect amount of salty, not too salty, not too tomatoey. It's like a Greek festival is celebrating its way through my mouth and then down my esophagus or whatever. Greek style casserole, straight from me to you. Cook on Sunday, eat till Thursday. I'm Allie, see you next time. You're not learning one thing, you're learning, it's like teach a man to fish kind of thing. Okay, whatever. When you learn one technique, you're filling out a whole bunch of different, now you get my point, okay? Just shut up, no, I'm busy, I'm cooking now.